Everybody, welcome back with the Platypus is the name, and welcome to another Persona 5X video. Today, I finally got 3 stars in Technician? Isn't it supposed to be Tactician? Is it? No, it's Technician. All right, and Technician 30. I'm still getting stars in other ones, but I wanted to do this one. And I'll be honest, I got it on my very first try today. So it's actually not as hard as I thought, but I wanted to go over the team I used, the strategy, and hopefully we could repeat it and go live again, because I didn't record it. I was on my phone on my lunch break, so hopefully I could do it again. But you can see here I got 8.3 million, need to get 8 million, so it was kind of tight. But the most important thing to notice here is you get 6 times points from physical and wind attack score. This is an odd one where you don't actually want to get all out attacks. And these enemies don't have weaknesses. So you might think you can still get all out attacks with critical hits, but it doesn't matter. You don't want all out attacks, but you want to do physical or wind damage. So let's take a look at the party I'm using here. This is the exact squad I used. So I'm using only launch characters plus Vino, and I'm using a King Frost, and I'm using the new Persona that they just released. And honestly, I think this is the one that's going to make it. Once you have this guy, this is going to make this much easier, because this is the main physical damage DPS Persona. Deal physical damage to all foes 15% up to 8 times, increase damage by 5% for each foe up to 15%, but it's AoE physical damage, which is exactly what you need. And then we're bringing Yaoling Li to basically debuff the enemies. We're bringing Yuki here for our support. The thing is, you could bring Lefel. I specifically am trying not to use like Marion, right? I was trying to use only launch characters plus Vino, because Vino is just good and she's a 4-star. Everyone probably has her. But Lefel actually burns the target, like a random target, which is probably fine. But I didn't want the burn damage doesn't give you 6 times points, right? And because we're doing damage with Yao Ling here, I wanted to be, and we're doing a little bit of damage here as well. I wanted to be careful with not getting that. You could use Mona as well as your healer. I decided not to use Mona. No real good reason. Mona is actually pretty good for this fight. I just didn't. I basically, look, I just did a video on this character here, and I wanted to use Yuki. And on the B team, we are going basically with, this is a physical damage output. Basically, Ryuji is going to be doing most of the damage. Vino is going to be debuffing, and then Soy is going to be using his physical hit. Soy has 1 physical hit here that is a single target physical that does pretty good damage, lowers defense, and when Desperado is active, increase effect by more. Desperado will be active pretty much all the time. Overall, what's important to note, though, is the second boss is actually resistant to physical, so it is a pretty tight fight. But because you don't care about weakness damage, you just care about dealing physical. So this is what's important. This enemy is strong to physical, but it's a single target, and physical does 6x damage. There's not good AoE physical damage dealers out. You could also use Wind, but there's not very good Wind, right? There's Florent. You should probably use him on this fight instead of Soy, if I'm going to be honest. That's probably what you should do. I just wanted to use Soy to lower defense for Ryuji. But it doesn't matter that he's strong versus physical, as long as you can clear the fight in the time limit without dying. Because the way points work, he has the set amount of HP. So as long as you do basically his entire HP bar worth of physical damage, even if you have to do whatever, instead of normally 5 hits, you'd have to do 10 hits, it'll be the same amount of points when it works out, right? Because you're still getting 6x on all those points. In the first round, these guys have multiple resistances. We're just going to use AoE physical because we now have access to that. And that's basically it. On the first one, I am using this dagger here. I still don't know if it's the best when you're going pure damage. It could be, I mean, the thing is, yeah, it's 56, and for each persona of a different attribute, you're getting 12% more damage. And then when you knock a foe down, which you might knock a foe down, but it's not that big. But I don't know, increasing party attack and then increasing the damage by 28%. I think it's not quite better, but you know what? Let's switch it. I'm going to switch it because I think that's better. So I did clear it with the other dagger earlier, and on this one I did use this dagger as well. But yeah, this is the team I used. You can see I'm trying to use only baseline characters for one of the hardest pieces, not one of the hardest pieces of content, but one that I know people have struggled with. So I'm going to just try to go in and do it. We'll show you exactly how I get it done. We're using the persona. That's right, believe it or not. I don't know if it matters the order I do it. I actually think I care about lowering defense first, because Yao Ling is not amazing for this, because she's better with someone like Joker, I feel like. Because this guy hits like 8 times, and her thing only works for like a couple hits, I think, but whatever. Our goal is going to be to do this. So this is not a team where Yuki is particularly good. However, I was determined to use Yuki, and so we're going to use Yuki. Even though he already has order on him, I'm still going to use that to generate some stacks on the very first turn here. And now this is what he's going to do for the entire combat. He's going to do this right here. And this is not fast, all right? I'll be honest. This is going to take a little bit of time. But we have 40 actions, and this should get you there. And again, this is probably not an optimal team. You very likely could do something better. And in fact, Haruna might be very good on this. You could probably do a lot better. Thank God we lived. I don't know if we're gonna survive this, all right? I'll be honest. I don't know if we'll actually do this, because I did it on my first try, but you know, God knows, maybe I got really good RNG. But you can see that I 3-starred it. So, you know, Bill O'Reilly, we'll do it live. This is kind of what I was vibing with. So we're just gonna, you know how to use Yao Ling, right? Skill 1, skill 3, skill 1, skill 3. Ultima booster going into the boosty sauce here. Yuki is going first. I think I am going to use Yuki's ability here instead. Yeah, maybe that's not a good idea. We'll do this. We'll just do some physical damage to all the foes, because this might actually give her 1 blessing stack anyway. I am using her 5-star weapon. I actually don't remember if that gives a... It does not give a stack. So this might be a little tight. We'll find out. And then being resistant to light is actually a good thing, because we don't want her to really deal that much damage. We did get a pretty big amount of shield, though, so... Oh, you actually knocked someone down, huh? That's pretty good. It doesn't lower his defense because we switched the dagger, but we don't want to do damage with non-physical, because again, we want that 6x points. And there's not any good wind character to bring here. Like, for the second fight, that's where you probably bring Mona and Wind Boy. But there's not really that good physical AoE either, so it is kind of an awkward fight. But, you mean, you can make it work. Divine Judgment, bro, don't even worry about it. Look at that. Even critter, she's fine. You're a critter. All right, let's grab this. We'll probably end up using Yuki's next time it shows up, to give everyone a little more bless stacks. Heart of new beginnings, right to your feet. Come on, we got this. And also, we still have a big shield because Puppet's very good at that as well. We Justice Barrier again, right? Yeah. I always lose track of where Leon's at. Do I need the Justice Barrier or do the other one? So she only has the 1 right now. Kind of lame. But we'll go ahead and we'll do this. I could move the Oath onto someone else to get more stacks probably, but we're gonna risk it here. I really wish I would have got that highlight up, because that would have put us in a super safe spot for probably the rest of the combat. Still doing totally fine there. Got to be careful with that one. Got to be careful with this one. Got to be careful. No more AoE, please. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Everyone, we actually don't even want to use this time, I think. We do want to use the support. I think this, now we're getting to the point where we want to tie to Dreams, targeting our main boy here. Give us a bigger shield. And I actually think I will use Yao Ling's here. Again, I want to use Yuki's, but she has the stack. She doesn't need to use it now. So it is kind of awkward. You want to use it on the off turn, but we're not having it come up at the right time. Then we'll... Oh, we probably should have done it in a different order. It's all right, because I think this eats the next damage thing that she was doing. So that's unfortunate. We want to get about 3 million, I believe. We'll Ultima booster our boy here. Make sure we hit the right one. And you can see here, like, we're making it through, but this is not, like, this is not super fast. We want her hitting whatever one has the most HP, so that way they kind of die at the same time. And now we got big shields. And that's a bunch of crits. Let's go. Actually even got one of them. That should make surviving nice and easy. Bro, yeah, right. We did get that up to that 3 million as well. So if you take a look here, you get 4.6. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're already at 7 million. And we only need 8 million. And we haven't even done damage to the second boss yet. So we should be fine. They actually seem to give you, because these are such big. Ooh, that was probably whatever. Whatever. That's fine. Let's go ahead and just finish it off here. I probably should have left him alive. I was just doing, I was just following my gut reaction. We have 22 actions left. This dagger is definitely more powerful. I only had 17 actions left, I believe, on my earlier attempt. So we did get 3 million, which is good. That's pretty much where you should end up. And now for the second fight. This one can also be pretty hard, but that's why we have Jack Frost. We are going to start with, did he get his radiation and freeze? That's not enough. So we'll go ahead and do diving ray. And because Ryuji's going to be low on life, although he's pretty good at being low on life, I'll be honest. You already are going to have Windswept on, so we're going to do this. We want Ryuji to have the, I don't know if this actually gives him more defense. I think it increases his, ice damage. Not exactly good. We will go ahead, play the old smackdown, keep lowering defense. And then I think the first turn we use pirate tactics, and then after this we switch and we just use his big boy hit from this point on. You can see we're all perfectly alive. We're doing a great job. This is a pretty good skill to use because when you're using Vino, I feel like she just works really well with Vino. Also, one good thing, when you're using King Frost, after the first turn, be careful to not target Ryuji directly because I'm using the all-in dagger, and the all-in dagger will heal him, and Ryuji is like literally the one character in the game you don't want to heal. So we will go ahead and target this first. Ryuji is our main damage here. Again, we're using them even though they're weak, or sorry, they're strong to it, is because we're still getting the 6x score, regardless of the resistance. So we're going to target probably Vino here to keep her healed up because she's probably the easiest to kill. And then we could use Icy Defense, but we want to use Smash Hit this turn because you have the increased effect. And he might actually end up getting knocked down, but you don't want to do an all-out attack. An all-out attack is a trap on this fight. So you might die here, Ryuji, but he has good damage resist when he's full. Actually, it looks like he's doing good because he didn't even attack here. We might be able to beat him this turn. Who knows? We'll find out. I do not want to heal Ryuji again. I think we will use the Icy Defense this turn, though, because we don't even have our Desperado up, and this does heal Ryuji a little bit more than I wanted, but it also is going to keep us all survived. Look at that hit, bro. Doing great. Yeah, you see, you get most of your points from the first fight. And there we go. We got 8.4 million. That was actually a new high score. And we got 3 stars. So there we go. This is a team that should work very well. Now, I'll admit, the hardest part about this team is going to be the persona requirement. Using this new persona not a lot of people have this character. Well, I mean, maybe everyone has them now, but having this and King Frost is a lot of that currency. So you may not have both of those yet, which is going to be probably the hardest part. Other than that, most people probably have Yao Ling, Leon, and this. And this is a suboptimal team for sure, right? Yuki, I think, did a great job, and I really enjoyed bringing Yuki, but I don't think you need to bring her. But she is a she buffed my damage, right, for the main character. And so that worked pretty good. As far as this team, again, we're doing, they're resistant to physical. You could probably bring a wind character. You could probably bring Mona instead of Shun, and you'd probably just do better because you'd keep everyone's health up. And if someone does happen to die to a random hit, you could revive with Mona anyway. But yeah, guys, that is the team I used. Tactician level 30. If there's anything you don't understand, leave it in a question in the comments down below, and I will get to it. If it's a question that seems good, because I didn't explain something clearly, then that'll be good. Let me know, and I'll respond to you. Anyway, guys, much love. That's all for today. For Platypus is for Ploutopus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!